So here's the fuse for a 20 millimeter, and the way it works is there's a firing pin down in there. There's a primer right here on this little ball, and there's a little clip, a little copper clip that keeps this ball sitting on this when it's inside of the fuse. So when the gun fires, the spinning and the centrifugal force make this little clip bend at this weak spot right here. And when the clip opens up, it releases this little ball, and the way it's weighted, see, when it's in there, the firing pin can't hit that primer at all. But the way it's weighted, once the little clip comes off, the ball will rotate, and as long as the shell is spinning, the primer's facing forward, pointed up. And when it strikes something, well, this aluminum is pretty weak, especially at high velocity, and it just crushes, and it winds up shooting that firing pin down against this primer, which detonates this little ball and shoots a jet out of this where this green hole is. I guess that's probably like some water sealant or something. And it cuts a hole into this, which is the main charge for the fuse, and then blows a hole out of here, setting the main charge, which, if these were high explosive shells or not, their training practice would detonate the main charge that would be in this hollow cavity right here. Another way these explode is with the tracer. The tracer will only burn so long, and when it burns up into the charge up here, it blows up. And that's in order to keep these shells, when you're shooting at airplanes and things, from falling back down, you know, on your own troops, or falling down on a city or something. It's called the tracer self-destruct. Something else I wanted to show is there's a German 20 millimeter. There's actually a blank. I just put this on here. It's kind of a weird blank. It has this piece inside of it. And I guess it's so they can use a normal shell. They don't have to make their own special blank shells. And inside of it is this piece. And they crimp it in right here with this crimp, just like they would crimp in a projectile with this groove. And this is a 20 by 139, and here's a live training practice 20 by 102, and it's got the electric primer. It's got like some what would you call it, insulator around the primer, and an electric electrode hits that and detonates the primer.